Irashaimase. Hello and welcome to Fitaurus Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Fitaurus. It's time once again for Shoot 'em Up Saturday, and on the menu today we've got Jumping Flash, released by Sony back in 1995 on the original PlayStation. This one's not technically a shoot 'em up per se, but it does go and have shooter elements in it, so more of an FPS this time around, I guess. So that being the case, what kind of taste will this fine classic go and have? Let's get cooking and find out. Alright, here we are at the main menu of Jumping Flash. Let's go ahead and jump right in and get started, shall we? There we are, Robert launching off from Universal City Hall to go and thwart the evil ambitions of Baron Aloha. Let's get started. World 1, Stage 1. So, originally released back in 1995, Jumping Flash is one of the earlier PlayStation 1 titles released for the system. It came out in North America in November of 95, a little out more than a month after the release of the system itself. And is definitely a great example of an early first-person shooter platformer hybrid. So graphically wise, the 3D hasn't necessarily aged super well, especially since it was an early PlayStation title, but gameplay wise it's still a lot of fun, and you have to definitely admire the very whimsical tone of story and level design that the game goes and has. It's a lot of fun still to this day. So we go and take the role of Robert, a robotic bunny that's I guess some sort of universal defender. And we're going, and we've got a couple attacks. We've got our nice little sparkle beam cannon here. Nice long range, but we can only go and have so many shots on the screen at a time, so if we keep on firing off in a direction, well, it will eventually get to the point where we can't shoot anymore because our shots are still traveling. We also have some sub-weapons that we go and collect throughout the course of the stage by either picking them up on the stage or defeating enemies, and sometimes they'll go and drop them. And then we've also got mad hops that we can go and land on enemies and defeat them like plumber style. And here we are going and moving through each of the stages, trying to go and find these 4 jet pods that are hidden in each stage. Not so much hidden in the first stage, but some of the later stages they get harder to go and find. Once we go and find all 4 of them that go and spell exit, we go to the exit. I guess the idea is there that the jet pods go and help power the landmass that we're going and freeing from the evil clutches of Baron Aloha, so they can go and return to Earth. I'm a little bit confused on that part, but hey, video games. I guess it's probably best not to go and think too heavily about it. Alright, there's our 4th jet pod for stage 1. And onward to the exit! After taking that time to go and take out that enemy. Stage clear! So afterwards you go and get a quick bonus on your time, HP, and extra. I'm not 100% sure what they're going and scoring you on as far as extra is concerned, but oh well. Alright, moving on to stage 2. If I can go and press the right button. World 1, 2. So as I was going and mentioning in the first stage, the stages go and definitely have some whimsical design. So in stage 2, we're in this kind of, how best to go and describe it, volcano wasteland, but throughout like various parts of it we've got these frying pans with eggs just suspended above the volcanoes, kind of bizarrely, and throughout other areas of the stage itself, I grabbed like these 2 pods here. Maybe, actually, no, that one's a little bit higher than I thought. let's see if I can find... Ah, yes, there we are. And just as a bizarre touch, since we've got all those volcanoes everywhere, we've also got these little hot springs with complete with signs. So, you know, we can just sit here and soak with Robert. It's probably not best for a robot, but even robots need time to go and get some real relaxing R&R in. Those frying pans as well, we're good to go and stand on the handle. Whoop, missed it. We're good to stand on the handle, but if we go and hit the frying pan itself, we go and bounce, which gives us even more height to our mad hops. The volcano lava goes and damages us too. But we have some decent HP as Robert for the most part, so it's not too big of a deal. Okay, so we got the 4 jet pods for this stage, so let's go ahead and progress along. And stage clear. Ooh, I didn't get an extra bonus that time. And like I said, I'm not 100% sure what actually goes and determines what we get point-wise for that. Alright, so the stage progression, there are a total of 6 worlds, and in each world there's 3 stages. 2 where you have to go and find the jet pods, and then stage 3 is always a boss. And the boss for World 1 is this neat dragon, mecha dragon, real dragon. I'm not sure if it's supposed to go and be a robot or if it's an actual dragon. Either way, we're going to go and take it out. So we'll use some of our sub-weapons as well. That was the cherry bomb. Then we got our rockets, which going home in deals some pretty decent damage. Another cherry bomb. And we'll just go and bounce and shoot him into oblivion. Not too bad. And that goes and completes World 1. Do, 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 do. Boing! So each of the different worlds, appropriately enough in video game fashion, is got some strong theming to it. So the first one maybe has the lightest theming, but after there, World 2 is obviously desert Egyptian themed. Then we've got World 3, which is theme park themed. World 4, which is ice themed. World 5, which I'm trying to remember. Is it samurai based, or I can't recall on that one. I haven't actually gotten that far in quite a while, so I'll just go ahead and jump right in and get started with World 2 Stage 1 then. So here we are in World 2-1. This stage goes and does highlight one problem I go and feel this game goes and has as far as gameplay wise, and that sometimes it's really hard to go and figure out where the jet pods you're trying to go and find are. We do have the radar, which goes and indicates the jet pods in an orange color that we can go and pick up, but unless you're going and have gotten certain power-ups, actually I think it might just go and be the time stop power-up, it doesn't actually go and indicate where the other jet pods happen to go and be as far as from our location. So if you were just sticking to the interior of the stage, you'd have a hard time going and finding the remaining jet pods, but in this case they actually happen to go and be out to the side of the stage. It's not as big of a problem with this one, because you can go and probably move to the edge of the stages and still go and see the jet pods, but in some other stages it can go and be quite problematic to go and find where the jet pods are hidden. So, you know, just a minor complaint with design, but it doesn't detract too much from the fun of the title itself. And some enemies going are throwing up shots, or they've got spikes on them, so we can't actually bounce on them. But it's all right. Like I said, Robert's got some decent health, so it's not too big of an issue. Let's see where. That's right. The exit's up this way. dope. So being an early 3D title, one thing that that Jumping Flash doesn't do super well is camera control. This came out before the DualShock controller was available, so there's no analog or dual sticks to go and control your 3D with. You just have to go and use the standard D-pad, and then there's a button that you can hold down to go and use your view. It's cumbersome, but it definitely goes and works. Just design of the time, really. Alright, World 2, Stage 2. Wrong button again. And World 2, Stage 2 goes and introduces us to a different kind of stage than we've gone and seen up to this point. It's an enclosed... how best to go and say enclosed world where we're going and crawling through a dungeon, very much like old school FPS style, I suppose. But fortunately, the stages are laid out nice and linear, so just as long as we're not going and missing any turns or anything, it's not too hard to go and find all of our jet pods and go and move on to the next stage. So, here we go. And down. It does go and have some little secrets where these walls with Baron Aloha's logo on it. You can go and shoot those and open up a treasure trove of health, time, sub-weapons, and invulnerability pills. Let's go and plow through these enemies. Oh hey, picked up a time extend. Very nice. So, as far as from a personal standpoint, these stages aren't my favorite. I really like the open world whimsical look of all the other stages, and going and having one where we're just going and running through tunnels, I feel that we're kind of missing out on the kind of fun... Hey, one up. The kind of fun... how best to go and describe it? World building that we go and see, with just all the weird buildings and other items like strewn about the landscape. Well, I'm taking some decent damage here, but that's alright. Here's our last jet pod, and the exit's right around the corner. Go to exit! Danger, danger. Ooh. Rockets, very good. And exit. Stage clear. Wow, I got some serious extra bonus there. Once again, no idea what those points actually are for. But since points only get you 1-ups, I guess it's kind of arbitrary. The game itself isn't too harsh as far as difficulty is concerned, and there's the ability to go and continue. Plus, you can go and save and start on any world that you've gone and already got to. So the 1-up's not too big of a deal, really. Here we are at the boss of World 2, some sort of weird scorpion crab. Fortunately, this guy isn't super effective. He just kind of sits there trying to go and shoot us or stab us with his little claws, and we just go and... oh wait, his body one blew up. And we just go and like bounce on his little head, fire rockets into it, and bam, dead.
All right.
Stage clear. Alright, I guess that'll go ahead and wrap it up for Shoot 'em Up Saturday for this week. As always, if you go and have any suggestions for shoot 'em ups that you should think I should go and feature on Shoot 'em Up Saturday, or other games you'd like to go and see me play and cover, by all means, please leave those in the comments below. And once again, thank you so much for coming out and joining me, and I hope to go and see you again next week.